Is there an afterlife? Is there life after death? So I just got back from the gym. Driving down the street, pulling up to my parking garage. And there was a dude walking down the street wearing a Facebook shirt. Just a regular black shirt with the words Facebook. And a thought came to mind. Where is / what is Facebook? Obviously, I know what it is. Obviously, you do as well. Facebook. And then, some follow-up questions. Can I go to Facebook right now? Where is Facebook, at this very moment? Now, we can pause that, the actual building, the headquarters, the locations where, the servers, lie. Where, the CEOs and, the CEOs, those employees, we know where they're going. That's a quick Google search. But where is the actual Facebook? Where is the interactions? Where are the likes and the comments and the shares and the people going viral? Where are the puppies and the cats and the fighting videos and the World Star and the trending and the roasts and the trolls? And where is Facebook at? It's on the internet. It's on the internet. How do we get to the internet? Let's bypass all the logistics, all the companies and Comcast, all that foolishness. Let's bypass all that. It's on the internet. And how do we get to the internet? Via our minds. Our minds. I was driving into the parking garage and I was asking myself, can a blind person truly interact with social media? Because our eyes are our gateways to our mind. You can look at someone's eyes and you can see the pain that they're going through. You can see the joy in someone's smile, and you can see if it's genuine based off their eyes. I saw a picture from a friend on Instagram the other day, and she was posing. She's a very fit young lady, and so she was posing, at the gym and whatnot. But I looked at her eyes and I commented. I wasn't trying to be deep, but I just commented, looking at her eyes, and I said, "Your eyes tell me a story." And I could see the pain in her eyes. I could see the loneliness because I identify as a lot of those things. Obviously, we're all in the flesh. We're all going through something. And so on different levels, we experience, and personally, I'm very sensitive. Not that I'm crying 24/7, but that I just feel a lot. I enter a new environment. I enter a different environment, and I can pick up the vibes in the room so easily. And in a lot of ways, it affects me. And so I'm sensitive in that way. I pick up vibes. And so in her picture, in her eyes, I could see the pain. The eyes are the gateway to the soul. And so we use social media with our minds. Now, the question comes up. Obviously, we kind of lay some groundwork as far as realizing that there is more than just material in this world. The internet is not material. What we use to access the internet is. But the internet itself is not material. The mind is not material. You cannot, have surgery on your mind. We have a brain. But our mind is, the intangibility of the human existence. It's the part that we interact with. It's the part that you're using to interact with this video. Without a mind, you're just a corpse. You're a bunch of atoms strung together. A combination of protein, carbs, and fats. But your mind is how you interact with the world around you. And so a question comes up. Let's say you're on your computer, let's say you're on your phone or laptop, tablet, whatever, and you're on Facebook, Instagram, social media, Snapchat, whatever. You're just scrolling. Let's say your device dies. Gone. Heartbreak. A lot of you iPhone users know what I'm talking about. Sadly, I have a Galaxy S9 Plus. We don't know what that's like, so I can only imagine. But let's say your device crashes, gone, poop, smoke come from it, the motherboard's gone. All of it is it's trash now. Does Facebook, does Instagram, does Snapchat cease to exist because your hardware has died? No, it's very much still in existence. Let's take it a step further. Let's say there's a hurricane. Let's say there's a natural disaster and we lose electricity. Let's say our city is now underwater. Let's say that the power's out. Does Facebook, does Instagram, does Snapchat cease to exist because we cannot access it? No, it's still there. People are on it in different part of the world. It's still there, still functioning. You just can't get to it. So with that being said, with that groundwork being laid, as a analogy, my question comes as far as when the body dies, when our flesh, there's no breath in our lungs anymore, there's no blood flowing through our veins or arteries, where does the mind go? Where does the mind go? Our body's lifeless, computer's lifeless, yet Facebook and Instagram, they still exist. Our body's lifeless, A lot of people talk about how, people go into comas and, they have dreams and have visions and they go places outside of their bodies. Their mind is still active. That's why, if someone goes into a coma or they have a tragic accident, people go next to the bed and they just sit there and talk to them. Why are you talking to someone who appears to be lifeless? Why do we go to the grave sites and speak to tombstones as if they can hear us? I'm not here to preach to you. I'm not here to indoctrinate you. I'm here to, help you develop questions. These are questions that come to my mind. So yeah, it's an interesting question that came to my mind. It's just, where does the mind go? Obviously, our body's going back to dirt. We know, the Bible says our body comes from the dirt. It comes from, the dust, if you will. Where does our mind go? Where's our mind right now? That's a good question. Where is your mind currently? Can you point your mind out on an X-ray, exam? Can you look at your mind on an MRI? Where's your mind? Where is your mind? These are questions that plague me. We have zero access to our, intangible mind as far as touching it, but yet we can feed it. We can grow it. We can, have great impacts on ourselves and others and environments using our minds, yet it has zero natural, scientific ramifications. We cannot measure it outside of a test, which is relative at best. I can look out this window that I'm currently, vibing out of, and catch vibes off just off the view of trees and the distance and the ambiance and the colors. I can take vibes from a sunrise and a sunset using my mind only. I can listen to music and change my mood based off what I'm listening to. I can turn on a podcast and know more 1 minute later than I did the previous minute. And that 1 minute of knowledge can change the trajectory of my life. I can go in the gym, and be weak, but using my mind, into my body, putting energy into my body, I can move more weight than I could previously. And the next week, more weight. I can trick myself into telling myself I'm sick. I can tell myself I'm cold in a hot room and convince myself and, my body reflect it. I can have a nightmare in a dream and be running from something, running from some dinosaurs and sharks coming after me. I could be in the highest of heights, and my body reflect it via sweating and, I can't breathe. And I wake up just, bruh, there's a shark. How is that? Why is that? For those of you who don't believe in like supernatural occurrences or, miracles, or please give me some explanations for the mind at least. Like forget, Jesus raising from the dead, or forget, ghosts or the great conspiracies that, some will say religion brings up, or myths or whatnot. Forget all that. Let's start with Home. Let's start with the mind. Let's start with the basics. How you're, interacting with this video, the thoughts you're having right now. Where are they coming from? Your thoughts are not material. So for someone to say that, the naturalistic framework of our world, everything is material, everything is scientifically, explainable, please measure my mind right now. Please find my mind on an anatomy chart. Please point it out. It's a very interesting question. So is there life after death? Obviously, it's a very hard question to answer. I love questions like that because questions that breed other questions are the questions we need to be asking in today's world. This world is changing very quickly. The rules of this world are changing very quickly, and the only way we can, bring hope to those around us and to ourselves is to ask questions. We look at, the Democrats and the Republicans and, the state of politics, and of course, a lot of different ways we can go with that. I'm not here to even touch it. I study politics quite heavily, and I will not be giving my comments at this time. But you just look at these different variables going on in today's society, and you ask yourself questions. What is coming next? What does it all mean? Why are we all doing this? I low-key kind of see myself as a pessimist because, I could be that person that sees the good in everything. At times I do get there. At times I do have those moments of, optimism. But I tend to, my default state is to see the worst, to see, trouble afar off. My mind tends to stay in a survival mode, meaning that everything around me is a danger until it's not. Every person that enters my environment is a danger until they're not. I don't trust very easily, and even when I get to know you, I don't trust very easily. Trust me, if you're in my environment, I'm watching you. Please believe that. If you're watching this and you think you're my friend, I'm watching everything you do, listening to every word you say. Because I put myself first. My survival has to come first. My success has to come first because I can't help anyone else if I'm drowning. I tell people all the time, I go walking downtown DC next to the water. If you fall in that water, I don't know what to tell you. I can't go in there behind you. For what? So we can both die? What good does that do if we both die? That's just more ink for the newspapers. So, yeah, it's just a quick little thought that hit me driving home. One Facebook shirt caused, 15 minutes of musing and deep thoughts and vibes and, things of that nature. Is there life after death? Where does the mind go when the body dies?